Well, I'm back. It is Friday the 30th of December and, well, another lovely day outside, even if it is a little bit cold, but nothing like the chill that you have over there in North America, Canada and the USA and places like that. It is a balmy 6 degrees here. Now, welcome back to the channel. This is the Sudoku channel, come to you from Youghal by the Sea in Ireland over in Europe. And it is time to go over to the Telegraph newspaper on the Fridays where they have the Diabolical. Now, I'm using different software today and just see how it goes. So here is the puzzle here. And what we normally do, the first thing we normally do is we try and look for uniques and Snyder pairs. And what I like about this software is if you click on a number, it'll show if there's any other occurrences of it. So that's the only one. If we double click on 2, we can see we have 2 of them. And so we have one up there, doesn't give us anything, and not there. So 3s. Well, 3, 3, so 3 there, which means we can put in a 3 in here. Click again, see what we have. 3 down there, 3 down here. So now we're going to be able to put in a Snyder pair here. And now this software, I'm not sure if it's as good as the other one in terms of putting in Snyders, but I'm going to try it anyway today and see where I get on. So that's basically what we do. We put in all the Snyder pairs and we put in all the uniques. So let me go ahead and do that and then I'll come back to you. This is as far as I got now with the Snyder pairs and with the uniques. I'm not really too happy with this software, but I'll hang on for another second. One of the nice things is you can select numerous cells at the same time. For example, this is a double, and if you haven't done doubles, I'll put a link up there to doubles. Very important to understand doubles and triples. And what's missing in this row are the possibles 1 and 5. I can just put the 2 of them in together like that. I put them into the center line, and I keep the Snyders out on the corners. That's that. The other thing to do, for example, if I came down to this house and I wanted to fill in what's missing here, well, what's missing in the house is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then you can just go back and say, well, 1, 5, no, we don't change it here, we don't change it, 1, 5, 6 to 1, 5, 6. And we could take these 2 and see what's missing on these 2. Well, it's going to be the same again, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1's missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 1, 5, 6. 1, 5, 6 is missing there. And these 2 is going to be 1, 5, 9, isn't it? And we don't have the 9. 1, 5, 9. Oh, what's wrong with me? We have a 1 up here, so that can't have a 1 there. So that must be the 5. And this over here then is the 1. Now with the 5 in here, and I can just delete the 5 off both of these in one go. And the 1 over there means I can get rid of the 1 off both of those. And what I like to do now is any ones that have these doubles, I'm going to highlight them, and I usually do it in a red, and the 5 9s. So that's another handy thing about this one. 2 5 9s there means we can't have 5s over here, so we can get rid of that 5. And the 2 1 6s here, it means that we can't have a 6 on that one. So we have 2 1 6s here, can't have a 1 here. Right. And by a long tortuous route I've worked out that there's a 5 in there and we have a double here of 1 6. I'm sorry it's taking a little bit longer because it's I'm not as used to this software now as the other one, so it'll take me a little bit longer to get things right. Up here we're also going to have another double, so I might as well color it red while I'm here. And what's going to be coming in here is, in fact, I realize it's not going to be a double. What's missing between these 2 is 2. We have the 3, 4, 5. We don't have the 6, so it's a 2 6 that's missing on both of those. But we have the 2 here, which means this one is going to be the 6, and this one will be the 2. And that means we have a double here now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. What we're missing is 5. Sorry, this way. Missing 5. We have 6, 7, and we're missing 8. Yep, 5 and 8. Okay, 5 and 8, 5 and 8. Let me color those in. Okay, at this stage it'd be as well to just go back and check to see if we have any more scenarios coming in after that. For example, having put in this 2, we can see that the 2 can't be over here, so we're going to have a Snyder pair up here, and they'll go in that way. Okay, why don't I just go check that, and then I'll be back to you. And now, sorry for anybody who's been screaming at me for the last 10-15 minutes. As I was going through them on the 9s, I've noticed, sure, this can't be right. There can't be 2 9s there. That's stupid. So we have our 2 9s here, which means this one here must be a unique 9, which means this double that I found is no longer a double. It's now a 6 there and a 9 here. And that is much better now. So with the 9 here, it gets rid of that one, which means that the 9 is now going to be up here. And that 9 there means that this one here becomes the 2. 999, 999, 99, and that 9 means this becomes the 5, and the one beside it becomes the 9. I hate to say it, but it's looking an awful lot simpler than I thought it would be. What else can we do? So we must have a 5-8 here as well, since that is going to be just 2 left. And I'm sorry, I think the sound is a bit low as well. So that's going to be a 5-8. And yeah, we don't have anything else to go in there. So we could have a look at this. What's going to go into these 2 now? It's going to be 158, isn't it? 158. Yeah, makes sense there. You got a 158, a 58 there, and then these 2. Right, so that's the 9 down there. Oh, the 6 up there means that this can't be a 6. It has to be a 1. And that 1 means that has to be a 6. And let's get rid of those. And that means what's left here? There's just the 1 left here, and it's going to be 1. So stick the 1 in there. And that means that changes now to a 5-8. And now we have it this way. We've got our double that way, which means that we can't have a 5-8 here, which means that must be the 1. Okay, what can we do with the 1s now? 1 1. This can't be a 1. This is turning out to be kind of straightforward, isn't it? For a diabolical, it's not very diabolical at all. 1 1 1 1 1, and we're going to have 2 1s here. I'm beginning to like this offer a little bit anyway. And we're going to have a double over here as well. It's going to be 1 2 3 4 5 and 8. I don't want to do it that way. 5 8. I'll put it to this way. 5 8. Right. And so there's a 5 8, a 5 8. So yeah, what's going to be left in here now is going to be 1. We have a 2 here. 3 4. We don't have a 5. It's going to be a 5. There's no 6 anywhere. 6. Oh, there's no 6. 7 and an 8. 5 6 8. 5 8 5 8 5 6 8. Right, and I'm going to get rid of that 8 there. Oh, I've just noticed another mistake. I am finding this a bit hard to see things on it. It's a smaller matrix than the other one. The 8 there means that we can't have an 8 up here in this one. So it's 5 6 5 6 5 8 5. Yeah, because there was 2 8s if I remember up here. Now, just checking again. I do 2s. Nothing. 3. We've been 2s. What was that? We've got a 2 here and a 2 here, which means the only 2 that can come in here is this one here. 9 2. And actually we can't have a 2 there, there, or there. This must be the 2 for that row. And where's the final 2? The final 2 must come in over here, which means this also has to be a 5 8. And I put it this way. Now I think it's time to take a little bit of a breather here and get all our 5 8s in a row. We have 2 5 8s across here who are linked. I could put different colors on these, I suppose. Alright, with all these 5 8s, there's going to be something in here, and I can see a chain on 5 8s going, you know, off, on, off, on, for example, and that would get rid of something in here. So actually, what could go in here? No, we'll do the whole lot. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the total that can go in there is, well, we can put in a 1, can't put in a 2, 3, 4. We could do a 5, 6, and an 8. 1, 5, 6, 8. And on this one here, we already have an 8 across here, so we take the 8 off. And on these two, well, on these two, we have a 1 and a 2, so we can get rid of the 1. This one we can get rid of a 6. And now we have, right, now having done that, we can go back here to this chain that I was talking about, which goes this way. Alright, and it'll work either for the 5 or the 8. Whichever one it is going to be off, on, off, on, off, on, and it works back the other way. If you haven't done chains, you can do it as a singles chain. You do it first as a 5 and then as an 8. And it means that we're going to be able to get rid of both the 5 and the 8 here, giving us a 6. Yappy dabby do. Now, 6 in there. Oh dear. That causes a big problem, because it means we get, oh God, what have I done wrong? We get rid of those 2 6s. Now we have the dreaded corner pairs or doubles, 5 8 5 8 5 8 5 8. It will solve it for a 5 or an 8, and you can't have that in a valid Sudoku. You can have 2 different solutions out to this, a 5 or an 8. Okay, I'll have to go back and I must have done something wrong, but just for the sake of it, I'm going to continue with this and then I'll last. So that's, anyway, that's going to be a 1, that's going to be a 6. Oh, I don't know what else I do. To be perfectly honest, I'm a bit what can go in here? It's going to be 3 5s. Oh, it doesn't get more ridiculous. Look, if this happens to end up on YouTube, it means that I haven't been able to find my mistake, and I'd be very interested if somebody can show me where I went wrong. Because here we have an X-Wing. If you haven't done X-Wings before, sure, I'll put a link up there to an X-Wing. And basically you can have the bases along here, and we have a base across here, and we've another base across here, so we can get rid of it's a 5 and an 8, because if we have an X-Wing on the 5 and the 8, we can get rid of both 5 and 8s there. Sorry, I don't know what I'm in. I've just not paid attention now. I'm getting very depressed. So we can get rid of the 5 and 8 there, making that a 1. And what does that do to us? It gives us here a 5. Gets rid of those 2 5s there. That's the 6. Hope it is anyway. But I'm just not. That's the 1. And that then becomes, get rid of the 6 out of that. We have another 5 8. Anyway, let's continue to the bitter end. The 1 here means we can get rid of the 1 there. Making that a 5. That becoming a 5 means this is an 8. Okay, that becomes an 8. And that 8 makes that one a 5. That one becomes an 8. 5, 8, and 5, and 8, and 5, and 8. Well, the system seems to think that that is the right answer. I don't know. As I said, I just have to go back over it and find out what in God's name did I do wrong, because I did something wrong. But on the off chance that I can't find anything wrong, and this turns out to be either an invalid Sudoku, which I doubt very much, or else I did make the mistake, could you find out where I made the mistake and come back to me? I really would appreciate it. And well, that's it. I suppose it's the end of 2022, so it's a good one to end off the year on. And I've got me comeuppance with this one anyway. I will be back in the new year. and hopefully I will not make a hames of the next one. Until then, be sure and, you know, send me some messages, subscribe if you can, and click the bell there so that you know when my next one is coming out. It should be anyway next Friday. All right. Till then, slán tamil.